Hello friends and enemies, welcome to Happy for Now, or welcome back. It's me, Isabel here. I am so excited for today's video. So you're getting 2 vlogs this week because that's just how this worked out. But I, like many of us, picked up a bunch of books on Stuff Your Kindle Day. I personally don't mind doing so because 1, they're free. It's a great way for me to try some authors I've been interested in, or find some books I may not have found otherwise. So I did pick up about 39 or 40 books. I'm not quite sure the number. I'll put it right here, the tally. I made a spreadsheet. Like, I literally made a spreadsheet for this. So yeah, I'll show you the tally here. And I read 5 of those books. I soft DNF'd 1, hard DNF'd another, and read 3 total. So we've made progress on my purchases from Read What You Want, but today I'm coming to you with this big collab with a bunch of my friends. I will have everyone linked down below. I don't want to list anyone out because I don't know who dropped, but I do know for sure Bree from In Love and Words, Steph from Novelty Corner, and Shay from Shay Geeks Out have their videos up today. I think May from This Past Romance should have one up. And I think that's the whole group. And if I missed somebody, I'm sorry. I know one person left, so we'll see. But anyways, I read some books from this. So we're going to throw it to me in the past reading those books, and then I'll come back here at the end and we'll talk about it real quick. Okay, I'm 30% through, y'all. My first read for Stuff Your Kindle Day recent haul. I love that we're doing this. This is like one of my favorite things ever that we've done. But Shay and Steph have already read this and they really liked it. So I'm reading The Penalty Box by Chris Butler. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I love the sibling dynamic we have here because our heroine has taken in her sibling who is non-binary because the mom just like will not roll with it and like cannot accept it. And I think that's really precious and sweet, and I'm loving that dynamic. We've already had like some great sex on page basically, and some great tension. She's already met up with the guy she hooked up with last time she was in the area, and an old friend's brother. So, and she just ran into the guy that comforted her in the parking lot when she had a panic attack. So like we're building to the polyamory, why choose elements of this. And I'm really excited and curious to see where we go. I know it ends on a cliffhanger, so I'm like prepped for that because I do plan to probably after this vlog circle back. But I've started it. I'm enjoying it. I think it's a really fun book so far. I am also planning, I'm trying to decide what else to pick up because like I said, I just made like one big collection with all these books in them. So as soon as I'm done with one, I'm just going to go right back to that collection, pick another read. I got 38 books. I'm not going to read 38 books in 4 days, but I am going to read some of these. You know, we'll see how many I get through. But yeah, I am excited. I did get a lot of Omegaverse as well, so who knows. But Penalty Box so far has been really interesting and fun. I will say my one critique for this writing so far in this book is that her dialogue feels very stilted to me and not natural, and I don't love that. I think her dialogue's really lackluster. But I'm interested enough in where this is headed that I'm going to continue it and not DNF it for the dialogue, so we'll see as I continue if it like smooths out a little for me. But I'll be back to talk to you soon. I have to update you right now. So I had to like pause the book. I have 20 minutes left. I did not want to stop reading The Penalty Box. Okay, stand by. Dialogue's clunky. Writing's a little funky. That was not, why did I rhyme? That was not intentional and I hate it here. Anyways, back to The Penalty Box. I'm gonna finish this book in a few minutes and I will come back and tell you about the ending, but I just need everyone to know right now that like, what a great way to start this vlog. What a great way to start this vlog because I'm actually like quite enjoying a lot of this. They just had a threesome. That was delightful. I know we have some like things coming with the mom who Reese and Henley have like kind of cut off of their life, but not completely because she's taken in Reese, her sibling. Yeah, I'm not ready for that explosion that's coming, but I'm loving this book. I am loving the communication and the dialogue happening around polyamory and what it means for the 3 of them and all that situation. I do feel like Henley's a little bit of a not like other girls, but I also can't imagine how different being a hockey girl and like a figure skating girl or a like more feminine sport, as we'll call it, girl can be when you're stuck in an environment with a lot of people who judge you and misvalue you because you do a boys sport or masculine sport, as we'll call it. Again, I'm using terms to generalize what I'm saying here. So like I kind of understand it as well. At the same time, like I used to skateboard, and that was before many girls skateboarded in high school. Like, I was one of 2 or 3 girls I knew that skateboarded in high school. There weren't a lot of us, and I lived in the burbs of Chicago at that time. It's just a thing that I think can happen when you do a thing that is viewed inherently as like boys. Same when I like played video games in high school and stuff. Like, there still weren't a ton of us, and there wasn't an easy way for us to all connect yet. Whereas now, like, I feel like a ton of my friends are girls that play video games, and it's amazing. But yeah, I just think sometimes there can be a certain pick-me energy to those hobbies unintentionally. I don't think it's like an intentional pick-me. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, but I'm enjoying it. I am excited to finish. I really love their relationship with their sibling, Reese. I think that has been spectacular. And the way in which every single character on page that is not the mother has handled the fact that Reese is non-binary has been spectacular and very accepting for the most part. We do have some bullying situations, but anyone in Henley's life has been super accepting, and I appreciate that deeply. Okay, that's all I got right now. I'm gonna go finish this book, get dinner, and I'll be back to talk to you soon. Listen. Slightly mad at myself for reading it first. I'm not going to deny that. I'm slightly mad about this, but I'm glad I read it, and I really want to read the next one as soon as I'm done with this vlog and summer wind. So we'll see. It may be, I might read it for the 24-hour. We'll see. It's getting read sooner than later, so you'll see. I did enjoy, the author's note said that the series is done this month, so that's exciting because, you know, I appreciate writing a series and being like, listen, I'm gonna wrap it up quickly for you and not make you wait too long when you can. So that is also a delight. But yeah, we had quite the reveal at the end of book 1, and I need to know more. Like, now. I need to know more. Okay, so I started my second freebie. So that's Cinderella. And I'm really liking this so far. This is a very short novella. I think it's normally $4.99. I will correct myself right here with some text somewhere on the screen. But I am really enjoying it, like, very much. This is a very quick read. I'm already literally like 50% through it. I will be done with it very soon here. I'm about to run out to do some errands and grab myself some lunch because I need to eat. But so I'm going to do that, but I want to talk about this real quick. This has been a really good retelling. This is a trans-sapphic Cinderella retelling, and it's just been really cute so far. It's got all the Cinderella tropes, and I like how short it is because I do think it's something that, like, for me at least, I would struggle with too long of a Cinderella retelling. It's not really my favorite fairy tale. We know this, I'm a Beauty and the Beast girl. But it's still just not my favorite necessarily, so I'm enjoying that. Our fairy godmother moment was really fun, and we're at the ball now, so like I feel like we're, you know, about to bust through the rest of the story. But I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'm gonna go get a soda at Racetrack because I want a frozen drink. I think right now I want a frozen drink, but who knows, we'll see. But yeah, that's what's going on right now, and I will talk to y'all soon. Okay, I have finished Cinderella. I'm giving it 4 stars. I think this is a great novella. This is completely closed door, fade to black. There's no sex on page in this book. So it's kind of a bit of an open age range, I'd call it. I labeled it as adult in my spreadsheet. It's labeled in multiple genres, and I'm not really sure because it's self-published, but I don't know if it's still free, but it was still free when I read it. So if you've been wanting to pick this up and you have it and you want a trans Cinderella story, I think this is a great option. I really enjoyed this. I think this was well done. I think it was good for its length. It would have been bad if it was too long. Does that make sense? And again, not a Cinderella fan really. So for me, this was like the perfect length for a Cinderella story. I also really enjoyed the fact that our heroine Ella was just trying to make a way for herself when things went bad. You know, this story, of course, involves some things like transphobia, dead naming / misnaming on purpose, misgendering, family abuse, which is a kind of a given for Cinderella, I feel like, but it still was not like that. Those parts were not fun. But overall, I really liked Ella as a character. I loved the princess. I just think all around, it was just a really fun read and really cute. I am glad I finally read it, and I'm glad I picked it up on the free day, so that's where I'm at. I also started The Longing of Lone Wolves. The audio's on Scribd. I don't know if I'm going to continue it or not. I've just barely started it. So we'll see what I think. I did want to try this series because book 3 or 4 has primal play. But this book already had like, not quite primal play, but we had a bit of a chase moment already. But it wasn't like a sexy chase. So I'm like, maybe this one has primal play. Fingers crossed. But I'm not sure that it does. So we'll see what I think of that in a little bit here. I'm really unsure right now on this one in particular. I think the audio narration's okay, and that could be part of my issue. I'm really not sure. But yeah, so I've started that, and then I'll pick up another one here tonight to read with my eyeballs probably. So I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. Okay, so I'm kind of soft DNFing The Longing of Lone Wolves because I've just had no desire to go back to it, to be honest. And usually that for me means I'm just not in the mood for that book right now. I would like to read it again at some point, but it's just not, I don't know. I'm feeling spooky audiobooks and reading my like romances currently. Probably because Summer Weed's happening right now too, but that's a different video. But I am reading You Are Mine by Amy Oliveira. This is another one of the novellas I picked up during the Stuff Your Kindle day, and I'm honestly really enjoying it so far. We follow Marnie and Grayson. Marnie, there's an age gap. Millie is wallowing in her bed right now. I gotta get her running into her bed one day for y'all, but it's very cute. So I started You Are Mine, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm not very far. I'm 20% in. It's not very long. It's like 100 and some pages. I have maybe an hour left. But yeah, it's really cute so far. It is about Marnie and Grayson. Marnie is a witch. Her magical ability is she can see people's soulmates. So that was really interesting. I really liked that. And then Grayson is the CEO of a PR company, and she goes to an interview to be his assistant and kind of forces her way into this role, and he gives her a 2-month trial. So we are entering that. So far I'm really liking this. I would call this like kind of a witch light, almost similar to some of the other witchy books we've gotten recently, but it feels like we're gonna have a little bit more witchiness to it, which I'm excited about because I do like my witch books to be not witch light, but like actually have some grit to them and witchiness, not just like I have abilities. But yeah, so I've started this, and I'm just honestly, I'm enjoying it. I'm liking the writing style a good bit. It's truly a very easy read, so I appreciate that deeply. Anyways, I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna put on my pajamas. I'm gonna lay down and read that, and I will talk to y'all in the morning, or possibly a little bit later tonight in my pajamas, depending on how long Grumps plays video games with the boys tonight. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm 60% through You Are Mine. This is gonna be my last read for this vlog. I know I only read 3, but I'm gonna we'll talk about it later. Anyways, You Are Mine. I'm about 60% through. I'm literally gonna sit down and finish it this morning. So this afternoon, not this morning. This afternoon, because I gotta get this vlog together to go up tomorrow. But I wanted to say this. I am liking this for the most part. It's not as fast paced as I expected it to be for its length though, which is interesting and a weird feeling. I'm not used to that, but it is definitely age gap, and like they're boning finally, and that's been delightful. The sex scenes in this are great. But yeah, this has been really interesting. I'm like kind of curious. I need to see if their sisters books are out yet, because I kind of want to know what's going on with them while this is happening, because it's kind of like a together timeline, if that makes sense. So yeah, we'll see. I did have a moment last night where he's like getting her off and she's trying to make a protection spell, and I was like, what are you doing? Just let her work. So that's where I'm at in life. I was like, let her work, leave her alone. But yeah, so far good, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish that up, and I'll be back to talk to you in like 20 minutes. I finished You Are Mine while eating my dinner this evening. It's time to update you on it. I liked this. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. It is an intro to this author's new pen name, which is going to be paranormal romance / monster books kind of stuff. And honestly, like the next book comes out the end of August, and I'm really intrigued in picking it up because I think it'll be a fun time. Like I really do. I think I will enjoy it a lot. This first book is definitely like not the best thing I've ever read by any means, but I do think she's an author that I could see writing a more heavily paranormal book that I would really enjoy, because I felt like this teetered on the line a little bit, and I kind of wanted it to go more one way, which was more paranormally, than it was. if that makes sense. But I said it immediately when I was reading this, like in the last update, that I was really curious about what was going on with all the sisters. Well, she was meeting her soulmate and they were meeting theirs, and we're gonna get books for that. So I'm intrigued, and I will definitely be picking up the sequel. So this was definitely a good option for me. Let's quickly go through there was one I DNF'd that I did not talk about because I wasn't sure if I was going to DNF it, and then I went back today and read a couple pages again and was like, I'm good. Like, I didn't even update you on it. That's how quick I was like, nope. So that is Snowbound Princess. This is the one that I picked up that has the lowest rating on Goodreads. Listen, it opened and I already didn't like the character, but not in a way of like, you're just an unlikable character. I was like, you're terrible and I don't want to read about your life. And then within a couple more pages, it talked about needing a daddy, and I was just like, we're out. We're out. I would have never picked this up if I'd known it was Daddy Kink, because nowhere in the description for this book did it say it was Daddy Kink. But yeah, it's this one, Snowbound Princess. So it's like bottom of the list, okay? Bottom of the list of all the books I read. I was just like, I was out very quickly. It was not working for me. I did not like the character. I did not like the writing. Then Longing of Lone Wolves would be my second one. If I was going to rank these, like this is number 4. I liked this. I'm curious about it. I just was not in the mood for it when I tried to read it. I tried to audiobook it on Scribd. It was not working for me. And I said, you know, we'll come back and try you again later, maybe. Then number 3 is going to be You Are Mine. I think this was really fun and overall enjoyable read. I'm looking at a 3.5 rating for this one. I think, you know, again, it's an easy one for me to recommend people try and pick up. It's not very long. It's 118 some pages. I think it's a good option for those of us who want to try something by a new to us author. Number 2 would be Cinderella. This I really enjoyed. I'm giving this 4 stars total. I think this was just a really fun Cinderella retelling. It's very quick. It's the right amount of length for me, personally, for that story. It also, in my opinion, was just a really great closed door, like simple romance that didn't feature anything on page, which was fine. Like, it worked well. I think it was a great story. I think it was a fun time to read. I would be curious to read some of the other ones in this series. And then my first spot is The Penalty Box. This was my favorite that I read, even though I gave it 3.5, and maybe it was a 4. I'm not sure. It's right in there. I struggled with bits of it. I felt her dialogue was really clunky, which kind of knocked it down, but I enjoyed it enough that like I'm really planning to go pick up the second book in this series and read it. So I don't know what that says. Like, it's one of those books that I feel like could work really well in a slump, could pull you out of a slump, just might engage you correctly, but again, the dialogue was really clunky and didn't flow well in my opinion, which is part of my struggle with this book and why I wouldn't give it like a 5 star. It just like pulled me out of the story and took me a while to get used to. So there's that, but this was really fun. It also was very long, but very fun, and I really enjoyed it. So those are all the books I read so far for my Stuff Your Kindle Day sale. I'm thinking to do some shorts or reels, TikToks, whatevers, where I update you every 5 or so books I read off of the Stuff Your Kindle sale to give you thoughts and opinions on them from the previous ones. Because often you do get repeat books in these sales, which is great. I think it's wonderful because it gives you a chance if somebody read a book and liked it that you could still pick up. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. If you don't want to let me know that, please let me know if you participate in these sales and what you usually pick up during them, or like if you've picked up anything you loved from it recently, because I would love to add to my list of authors to check out. And if you don't want to do that, leave me a money emoji because, listen, I saved money. I saved money. Yes, some of these books are on KU, but if they're well off KU, I already own them. So that is a win. But yeah, I saved money because I picked up books for free to try from new authors, and I really think that was a great time for me. All right, that is it for this video. I have all these books linked down below, a playlist linked with everyone's video, and they're like handles tagged if you somehow aren't following them. But that's all I got for you today. I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we wait.